Hello and welcome to the post 48 hours of this year's DOKU.TECH Game Jam.
So in the last 48 hours, we've asked our participants to create video games based on this year's DOKU.TECH theme of make it, break it, build it, and share it.
And so far, from what we've seen, the teams have taken quite a few approaches at this subject, which was actually very interesting to see. We have everything from a simulator to a story-based game to a mobile game, which looks like it could be a pretty addictive next hit. So we're about to start these presentations, and each team is going to have the opportunity to showcase their games, what they've built so far. As with every game jam, the emphasis is always put on the idea, and not necessarily what was built in 48 hours. It's always an achievement to show what was built in these hours. But truly what matters is the community that is being built, the fact that everybody at the end of the day, like all the participants here, they made it through, they survived. Not like it's some sort of a crucible that you don't come out of alive. But
It has its challenges.
It has its challenges, and yeah, there's a lot of fires to put, and a lot can happen in 48 hours.
So every one of our teams had their own interpretation of the theme, and we're looking very much forward to seeing what they could come up with over the last 2 days. Before we start with the presentations, one last word. I would like to thank everybody involved in putting this game jam together, from our friends at TIPCO Foundation and DOKU.TECH who made this all happen. Our friends at Amaze, who helped us both with workshops and with the streaming, and of course the whole staff of the KGD, the Kosovo Game Developers Community, who handled the game jam as boots on the ground.
Absolutely, and also our speakers and that we had this year. To Sherry Krezeu, thank you so much for today's presentation, and especially staying afterwards and talking to our game jammers. That was an amazing experience for everyone involved. We're pretty sure nobody's really going to forget something like that. You don't always get to sit in the same room with somebody in the industry, so that's pretty cool. Thank you. And to Carmen Askernes, was yesterday's presentation, who showed us how to break into the industry, or rather just a pathway of how we can get there, slow and steady. If you somehow miss these presentations, especially you guys, jammers, if you didn't have the chance to dip out of your development time, don't worry about it. We have these streams saved, so we will be uploading them in the upcoming days. You will be able to go back to them and see them once again, and catch up if you've missed anything.
And finally, would like also to thank our third speaker of the weekend, Thorsten Wiedemann, the creator of Amaze, who took time to show us how far games can be taken as an art form.
Yeah, absolutely. Plus, you guys should check Amaze Space. It was pretty mind-blowing, and I didn't expect what I saw there.
You could say it was pretty amazing.
Lick. Yes, but he's got the dad jokes also nailed down pretty amazingly. Without further ado, guys, we would like to invite team number 1 with a drum roll.
All right, hello.
The floor is yours.
Can you see? Yeah.
Yep.
So, hello, I'm from Team 1. I'm Quad, and our ID, I'm going to describe a bit our game, our ideas on where we end up with. So, the name of our game is Precog. Precog for precognition and Cog for machines. So, the theme of this year for DOKU.TECH was make it, break it, build it, and share it. So there were a lot of ideas around for many co-jammers about how to make components into a video game. But for us, we took a different approach. We wanted to make, break, and build a relationship in a video game. So not every game is purely based on the mechanics or the gameplay. Lots of games also focus a lot on the story. For our game, Precog, the concept is based on 2 main characters. We have first Hira, the robot girl, and secondly, the lumberjack, a man named Phil. Hira was created to save the humanity in the future, and she came back with a time travel machine in the past to save a disease, a virus, to spread from a town. But the machine couldn't hold the virus in the normal containers, so she had to infuse the serum into her parts. And the story is a 2D adventure where you bring Hira to the village, knowing that to be able to spread the vaccine, you'll have to break her parts, effectively killing her. All right, so just to summarize, it's a 2D top-down adventure where there's mostly discussions and trying to build a relationship between the two main characters and to destroy it and share the remnants of this character as a cure for the people. So what about a game with story that impact the player? It's pretty hard. Just think about it. The number of games you have played that really impacted you, where even in 10 years, you will always remember the name of this one character. Well, for me, there's this one game, one of the top games of my life I've ever played, which was BioShock Infinite. And I will always remember the name of Elizabeth because this story was fucking great. So, of course, it's a game jam, and it's just an idea and study, but we wanted to follow this inspiration and try to make something like this. So the goal was to separate the game into multiple levels, where in each level we will have interactions with the main character Hira and other NPCs. And at the end of the level, we would save someone and break one part of Hira, meaning that in the rest of the adventure, she will be following us, broken and more broken until the end. So we would have 4 levels. The first level, we would remove the left arm, right arm, after body, and after the entire character. So for this game jam, Sadie was extremely ambitious, so we only focused on the first level, and we wanted to try to reach the end and break the first part. So unfortunately, we didn't manage to reach the ending. We have like 80% of the interactions, but yeah, that was the project. So for the level 1 characters, we have Hiha and Fel, obviously, and we have also a few more. We have Freya, which is a mom, Hakon, a son, a doggy, and Journal the Dump. So here is a screenshot of all the colorful characters. The art purposely trying to make you okay. So I well, let me try again maybe then. Yeah, well, at least you can see a bit now. So can you see the slides right now? Fine. Okay. So I will just continue where I left off. So here's a snapshot of all the characters of level 1 that you will meet. And here's some snapshots on the game itself. So with the interaction between the robot girl, meeting and talking with the Fel, the lumberjack, and meeting one of the most evil characters, Journal Dump, of the game. All right, that's all for us, Team 1. You can find our game on this link, quad.itch.io precog. And thank you very much for this game jam. And I will let the floor to Team 2. Thank you.
Now is Team 2. Should I start, I guess? If you could please confirm that you are seeing my screen, and I guess we are okay to go. Yeah, so you're seeing everything. Okay. Hello, we are Team 2. We are presenting our game Rubik's Explosions, which comes from Rubik's and Explosions. We wanted to be part of, to continue with the theme, make it, break it, share it. So build it. And so our main idea, our main goal was that our main character player is Ben, who is a kid, and because of the pandemics, he always loved to go out and everything, but now because of the pandemics, he has to stay inside. What's happening with Ben is that he got bored by just playing with all of his toys and everything, and he decided to build something that would keep him entertained throughout the lockdown that he's inside. Because of the difficulties having our game shared with the mobile, we decided to just record a playable version, how do I say it, on mobile and just present it like this. As we have built it with Unreal Engine, as we start the game on the main screen, on the main menu, we have a play mode and editor mode. So Ben can go and play the levels or edit them. So what's the idea behind the game is that Ben builds Rubik's with Rubik's cube or with cubes. He builds some structures and he tries to destroy them. On the fastest way possible. As we can see, Ben has a small rectangle on the middle of the room where he put his boxes, and throughout managing the controls, he tries to destroy them or to push the structures he has built. We have the editor mode where we go and place the cubes as we want around the room, I could say, and around his circle. We build some structures, and by trying to destroy them, you win the levels. Well, we have some various levels we have created, plus on the editor view, you can create your own levels. We plan also making the game online multiplayer mode after we finish it. As you can see, we just built a level, and we have it here as a playable. I guess that's it. Thank you very much.
Hello, everyone. Screen. Can I continue? Okay. It's Foregrip, and our game is Dendrophile game. Dendrophile means a person who loves trees and forests. So the reason why we named like this our game, it was because the game is about to make sculptures from wood of the tree, but the condition is to you can't cut the normal tree, but you should or you have to cut only trees without leaves or weak branches. Idea is cut down the tree, make sculptures from wood, and sell them. Condition, as I said, and Alben now is gonna demonstrate the game.
We couldn't finish the game, all the game, but this is just
This was our game. Hope you like it. Are you hearing us?
Okay, yeah. Hello. Let me just start up my share screen really quick here. So, are you able to see my screen? Okay, really nice. So, we are Prisma Games. We had a couple of members on our team, some who did not join, but some others who also participated, and we had long talks with. And our idea was completely different from other people's ideas in this case. Because me and my team like to play FPS games and like guns in general, we decided to build a gun building simulator or a gun building game, however you want to call it. We focused on a couple of weapons, some of them which we couldn't actually implement in the game. But overall, like, we implemented 2 weapons, a shotgun and a Kalashnikov, as you can see in the screen. And so this is like a base stock Kalashnikov. This is a newer version actually, because the original is an AKM. And on the right, on the left here, we can see that we have different parts. And if you hover over these parts, we can see that they glow to let us know that which part it is. And we can customize them by clicking. So if you, for example, want to swap out this magazine to have more rounds, because right now we have only 30. So if we go right here and click on this, we are now editing this item, and we can click on this 95 rounder, and now we attached it there. As you can see, now we have a gun with a Kalashnikov with 95 rounds. It also adds the weight of the gun. So right now it's very heavy at 3.81 kilograms, and the more parts we add to the gun, the heavier it gets. So I can demonstrate by just building a gun. So if I swap out this handguard for a more advanced one, I am then able to put other attachments on it, such as a tactical grip, a foregrip, and so on. So if I put a foregrip, for example, like this BGV, you can see that it is now attached to the gun. I can also put, say, a flashlight, which actually glows the map if you aim it. We can also attach other tactical things like a laser sight, which also works just like that. And just because why not, we can add 2 laser sights, because why not? So in real life, you can build things like this, which is completely ridiculous. You can also put a sight or a scope, however you want to call it, on the gun. Say a pretty classic holographic sight. We have added it on the front of the gun right here, as you can see. We can also swap out other things like this dust cover, for example. If we swap out for a bastion, for example, from the GP1 to a bastion, now it has railings and it has another sight slot, so we can attach things like, say, a Cobra sight. So this game lets you attach as many parts as you can. So right now we have 2 sights, which you can also do in real life, but also in this game. We can also change the the stock, so like this aluminum one, and we can also attach a butt pad to it to make it a little more comfortable to wield and shoot. We can also add a suppressor for it, like such. And now we have completely built a monster of a gun. This is pretty much as monster of a gun as you can get in this game. But one thing we can also do is to strip away every part and see what the gun looks like without parts. So I can remove the handguard, I can remove the stock, I can remove all of these things and leave the gun very naked, and then you can also see the insides of the gun, like the spring and everything like that, which is I think very neat. Most games do not allow you to do this, but our game, you can. So we also have the other gun, which I will show right now. After this introduction screen of our company. This one is a shotgun and has less parts. There are not as many parts as you can that you can attach to it. So if we want to, say, put a longer barrel, we can. This increases the velocity of the bullets that are shot from the gun. In this case, pellets or shells. We can also put a mount on it, just like the other gun, like a railing on top of it, so we can attach, say, again, a holographic sight. It's like that. We can also change the stock of it to a plastic one, or a wooden one, or a plastic pistol grip, like that. We can also attach another handguard, like this plastic handguard, which lets us attach more things to it. So we can, again, just like the other gun, customize it completely. Right now we have attached a flashlight on this side of the gun. We can attach a laser sight. And because why not, we can also attach a foregrip, like this one. So we can hold it there for better accuracy. Since we have this plastic stock which is highlighted right now, we can also attach a sight on it, just like so. So again, just like the other gun, you can attach as many sights as you can to it. If you have like a couple of railings, you can attach sights to those railings. So the plan was to be able to shoot the guns as well, but due to the time constrictions, we could not add that feature. We might be updating the game soon to feature other guns and to shoot the gun and have all these different things. But for now, this is pretty much it. So just like the other gun as well, we can strip away every part to see how it looks like. And this is just what a shotgun would look like if you removed every part from it. So yeah, this was our game, and we thank you for listening.
So it's Team 9. Yeah, right? Yeah, yes, I'm here. Can you hear me? Okay, I'll start by sharing my screen. So, can you see my presentation in PowerPoint? All right. So, just a moment. Does it flash when I do this? Okay, can I then present like this? Is it okay? Okay, so our game is named Sin Trials by Group 9. We tried making a board game which would incorporate more like human interaction, and the idea behind the theme was to make it break it through human interaction, through friendships and conflicts towards each other. So the base idea was to make like a story game incorporating in a board game. So the idea was about this great kingdom who has a great king, which was then the kingdom was falling to pieces, and the king was trying to replenish the kingdom, and so on and so forth. And the main idea was that there would be two kind of players in this game. So keep in mind that this is a board game, so this is just an imagery representation. So this is the peasant or the regular player, which will debate and talk to each other. And this is the king. So the king is kind of the core and the main image in this game. He's selected randomly at the start of the game, and he gives a tricky and a mysterious image at the start of the game. And how the game works is after the king is selected randomly, he holds the image and holds his own thoughts of it. So the players then are instructed to take a peek at the image and start debating what the king's message is. So if there are no less than 4 players beside the king, so plus the king, that makes 5, the answer given about the puzzle by player should be given by at least 2 players or more, which will form a group with the same answer, or only 1 player if no other players is left to join. By that, I mean that the minimum amount of players that can play this game is 4, so they have to debate what the king meant with the mysterious image. So they have to guess and debate with each other and persuade or compromise their own thoughts for the sake of the game about giving an answer what the king meant with the mysterious image. So the king can give small hints once in 10 minutes if needed. The game is divided into matches and is won by 15 points, and each match concludes in 20 minutes. But if no answer is given, you earn no points. Then the king chooses the answer closest to the real one, and the team gets the same amount of points as the team number of players for each of them. So this is kind of how you persuade the players into debating and persuading each other's or compromising their own perspective about the image to form groups and divide them or make them quarrel and stuff like that. It's sort of kind of an Among Us clone. So the plan was to make it digital, and this is how the chat about voice and text chatting would look like. But considering the restriction, the time restriction, we could not reach the deadline. So this is just a mock-up image of how the UI would look like in the digital version of this board game. So this is basically the main idea, and thanks for listening to us. Hope you like it.
Hello, everyone. So unfortunately, just like most, I believe, if not most, then it's only me, I could not finish the game in time completely, but I can show you a small sample of what I did. See, screen. And of course, it will always cause trouble like that. So, this is where I'm at so far. Whoop, whoop, just like that. So the idea of the game was, just like the theme, build it, break it, and fix it and share it. My team's idea was to create something about being more careful about the environment, like the pollution stuff. The idea was that Samurai is going to defend his own base from all the crab, zombies, waste like that. And while killing them, you also get the loot to defend your house. You basically recycle them. But this project was a bit way too ambitious for me, mostly because I was the only one left on my team. So I could not manage to make more than just this. And also the fact that I was pretty lazy. But this is what I did so far, and yeah. Sorry, it's not much.
Okay, hello again.
Hi.
So
those were the games that our participants could come up with in just 48 hours. And let's keep in mind, building video games is very hard, and doing so in a very limited amount of time is even harder.
Especially with limited resources, and it's in an online case scenario, which is of course the first of this kind for DOKU.TECH and for us.
It has its special challenges,
Yeah.
but with that said, we're very happy and very proud of what you guys could come up with.
Yeah, and honestly, we always say this at the end of every game jam. What's important is don't give up on your games. If you think that your game has potential and what we've seen here does, please make an effort, put it in your in your free time, try to develop it. Try to, at least, you still have until midnight tonight to release to put the game on itch. and you can continuously update it in the upcoming days until basically forever, because the link is always going to be there. So we encourage you guys, don't give up on your games, and we the mentors that are here, we're going to be here even after the game jam ends. So if you need any feedback, you need any play testing, you need anything from us, you just reach out freely. We're going to be on this Discord. This is Kosovo Game Developers Discord. It's official. You can stay here. You don't need. So if anything game related, if you're curious about anything game related, then feel free to reach out. Don't hesitate. Okay, this is a community that we're trying to build here. So each year we'll be stronger. We'll be better. Each game jam, the games are going to be better. The games are going to be stronger. We're going to be able to build more in a shorter amount of time. Most importantly, I would like to leave you guys with this. Have faith. Whatever. I remember in our first game jam which was like 3 years ago or so, there was 5-7 of us, and our games were not something that we like to talk about, right? Game jam games usually don't end up being that. The ideas are always ambitious, they're always amazing, they're always great. One thing that I do regret is not finishing afterwards, because the games did have potential, but that's okay, because there's always going to be, then again, the next idea and the next game jam, and you're going to be able to experiment. And when I say don't give up, is keep showing up. So we will really hope to see you again in the next game jam. And whatever else we do game development related, you're part of this community. We want to welcome you, and we hope you're going to be here for a long time. And in this long run that we've started. It's a marathon, not a sprint, like Sherry, our speaker earlier, was saying. So let's keep running. Yeah, anyway, thank you. Sorry for that.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll be providing a link where all the games that we've developed over the weekend will be hosted, so you can download them and try them. And we'll see you next time.
Yeah. Good luck.